Hi everyone, we will go over formula auditing. So to do that, let's see what we really mean by auditing. It really means that we need to make sure that when we are using functions or formulas in Excel, we need to make sure that we are referring to the correct or utilizing or using the correct references or the correct cells in order to answer that question. So let's look at one example here. So here in this, it's asking us to calculate the tax. So to calculate the tax, we need to multiply this guy by this guy. So now if I copy and paste it, you will see that I had some mistakes or some problems. As you can see that the problem is because this cell needs to be row absolute. So I need to make sure that the row is absolute in order to be able to copy and paste this formula downward. So to do that, I need to put a $sign in front of the row, and then now I can just copy and paste, and you will notice that now if I audit this cell, you can see that it is correct. So that's what we mean by auditing. So now let's say that I want also to add this guy to this guy. Alright, so now I can just move them so they should be correct if I click on them. So one way to to verify if your formula is correct is you can go to under formulas, and then you can utilize some of those keys here. For example, let's say that we want to trace the precedence. So for this one, we will try to use or to trace dependence. Which fields or which cells actually or references depend on this reference. So we can say trace dependence, and as you can see that all of those here are basically depend on this particular reference. So let's remove this guy. Now let's see here which one, this one, to trace its precedence. So it comes from, this is its precedence for this particular cell. So you get the idea now. Another interesting or important or nice feature in Excel is that it allows you to view the functions and the formulas. So to do that, you will need to utilize the tilde sign. So this is what I mean by the tilde sign. So to do that, or to show the functions or the formulas only, so you can do control and then tilde. Now you will see all the formulas. So you got the idea, and this is very helpful for us when we are auditing formulas. So let me go back, and now let's go ahead and practice using my educator.